Last updated 9:09 the 28th of May 2018. Jack Thomas, Getty Images Malakai Fekitoa and the Barbarians made short work of England in the Quilter Cup match at Twickenham. England's rugby media have wasted no time putting the boot into the latest calamity for Eddie Jones' England side after their record defeat to the Barbarians at Twickenham early Monday, NZT. England conceded 9 tries and missed 34 tackles en route to a 63-45 defeat to the Pat Lam-coached Barbarians, which was their largest score ever conceded at their supposed fortress of a home ground and their first loss in the annual fixture against the famous invitation side since 2014. It was the 4th straight defeat under Jones, following 3 losses on the bounce to finish the Six Nations, and represented the worst possible tune-up for their looming 3-test tour of South Africa. The heavy defeat came at the hands of cobbled-together opponents who had only 3 training sessions beforehand and enjoyed a 70s-themed party night as the centerpiece of their build-up was not lost on England's scribes. Nor that exiled Toulon-based former England wing Chris Ashton was a chief tormentor of his old side with a first-half hat-trick of tries. Fred Moore, Babas run rampant over England, red faces all round at Twickenham, the spectators burned by the sun, England burnished by the shame of losing to a scratch Barbarians side for the first time in 4 years and conceding the most amount of points at home in 108 years of rugby at HQ, wrote the Telegraph's Mick Cleary. He called it a ramshackle, chastening performance, yet another setback ahead of their departure for South Africa. The Springboks at Ellis Park in a fortnight's time has a nightmarish tinge to it. The Barbarians were created to entertain and Pat Lam's side lived up to those rich traditions, never forgetting that in order to run free the forwards have to first work hard to get some ball. Those beasts of burden kept their share of the bargain so that the backs could cut loose. The Times' Alex Lowe described the defeat as an embarrassment and humiliation, as England conceded their most points in any match in 20 years. Could not deal with the pace, the power, the skill level or the ambition of the Barbarians, he wrote. The Guardian highlighted the contribution of Ashton, who continues to be excluded from the England setup because he plies his trade in France. Chris Ashton's return to Twickenham always had the potential to be proper box office and, with all eyes on him, a stirring hat-trick of tries for the former England winger duly materialised, wrote Rob Kitson. Ashton may not quite have been the best player on the field, that honour being thrillingly snaffled by the extraordinary Fijian wrecking ball semi-red Radra, but 3 tries and an assist in a spectacular first-half performance reminded friend and foe what he can do. The Daily Mail also used humiliation to describe the England effort. Ad feedback: this was not a test but it was another damaging loss, wrote Chris Foy, noting England hadn't conceded as many points since the infamous Tour of Hell to Australia 20 years ago. It was a glorious homecoming for the Toulon Flyer, added Foy of Ashton's star turn. He revealed in the build-up to this fixture that he wanted to prove a point in front of Jones, having been out of favour before moving across the channel. He did that in style, with a hat-trick in the space of 22 first-half minutes. There were times when the Barbarians were simply toying with England. It was a sustained affront to local pride, another savage blow to English morale ahead of the South Africa tour next month. Stuff.